So YouTube, Yummy Hooligan here. I haven't really introduced myself properly to everyone yet. I started this YouTube channel more for the fact that my kids wanted a YouTube channel, but they're way too young. 11 and 8 I think is a bit too young to give kids a YouTube channel. Because you get a lot of hate on YouTube, and I've got thick skin and I don't want my kids copying that crap and strangers trying to talk to my kids and stuff like that. Because I'm not a tough guy or anything, but if someone said something to my kids, I'd probably go all Liam Neeson on their ass. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a bit of a backstory about me. Literally a backstory, because that's where it all begins. You'll get that joke in a minute. So that's my 2024 MT-09 SP. I didn't always have that. I started with a 2023 SP model that I bought late 2024 when they did the run out deal, and I got it for like 18 grand. It was quite cheap or something like that, so I bought it. I insured it, as you do, and I put 10,000 kilometers on it. I had fun. It was a great bike. I enjoyed it. I did it right up, spent a lot of money on it, had a ball. So the reason I'm making this video is just so you guys get to know me. I put a few videos up of, like, you know, washing the bike, or me doing modifications to the bike, or like an old wheel stand video or something like that. Or you might have seen a video of me doing a wheel stand. Well, that's not actually me riding the bike. I can't actually ride a bike at the moment. I'm still recovering. I can, but it's literally, I can only ride it up the street and around the corner and back. And I did a little video of my son on the back of the bike, and that's all I can really do. I've got a broken back at the moment, so I've got a T6 fracture in the back of my back. My knee is pretty bad, and I've had surgery on this hand, and on my left hand, and I can't use my thumb yet. So it's pretty hard to use a clutch. Even though that's got an auto blipper and a quick shifter, I could theoretically get away with it. However, it's kind of dangerous to, you know, pulling up to lights, you know, if the car's in front of me or something, I can't get it into neutral. You know, sometimes you struggle getting it into neutral, and I got the arse of someone install it or do something. So it's just not worth riding it, right? So I ride it here and there. And sometimes I can pull the clutch in. It's just extreme pain. Then I get my hand starts to like balloon up. It's like, when I say balloon up, I mean like, you know, it swells up. I've got like something called CPRS in my hand. Apparently CPRS is like a bit in the head. The pain's not actually there, but it is. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to talk to you about that. I'm going to talk to you about the accident. So the accident happened in December 2024 on the 3rd. So it's been quite a while. So that's why I look okay and I'm all good, whatnot. And I can do little rides here and stuff like that with doubling my son up the road. And I made it look like we went for a ride, but we only went up the road and we came back quickly. As much as the kids would love to, I can't do that yet. And as much as I would love to make wheel stand videos, I can't do that. So I had a friend that can pop a good mono do those videos for me. So at the moment, you won't see me make content around riding as much. I went to the fuel station. I met that young lady on the MT-09 when I was getting some energy drinks to promote those energy drinks. But that's all you'll see me do, is little spurts here and there. However, over the weekend, I've developed a little bit worse of what they call post concussion or something like that. It's where you like slowly like have little bits of loss of memory and whatnot. And my pain specialist said to me a couple of weeks ago, she said this is when it actually can start happening. So she's not wrong. And you know, I was just blaming it on, you know, me being a forgetful male. But the other night, my wife was asking me questions that I couldn't remember certain things that were pretty easy to remember, like my name and where I worked. So, and I fell over it as well, and I can't remember it. So my doctor's basically taken all driving privileges off of me, so until I go to this place called Burrs, which is, I'm not sure what it stands for, but it is a concussion clinic, and they're only open on Thursdays and Fridays, and it's Good Friday this Friday because of Easter. I have to go Thursday, and hopefully they see me. You know, I hope they clear me and I can, you know, start getting, you know, on the bike again and getting better, but we'll soon see. You know, since December, I've been trying my hardest to get back to work. It's been, with work cover, they've even been trying to help me get back to work. You know, the doctors are the ones that don't want to risk their ass letting you go back to work. Yeah, I've got a sore back and it's aching and my hand hurts, but, you know, and my knee hurts, but I can still work, you know. And I know, like, I sound like a sook, but like, I worked at home for like 4 years prior to this accident. I don't really want to be sitting at home again. I got a job going back to my profession, you know, so I kind of want to be around people. It gets lonely being at home working by yourself. It's not as cracked up as it sounds. You can't just go riding every day and doing whatever you want. It costs too much money. But yeah, so that's my story. So I'm trying to grow a bit of a following. Like, I've been doing up my bike. I've been, you know, sharing experiences with my bike. And I've been doing those little rides here and there to get the kilometers up on it so I could get that first service done and so I could get the TPS, but I'm not doing anything, you know, strenuous on it because I can't. And I don't want to hurt myself any more than I am, so I'm trying to get better through physio. But my friend that I will introduce you soon to, who's my neighbour, he can ride real well. And if you want to see some cool riding, we'll take you to a place called Mexico, and we'll show you the old MT-09 doing some good wheel stands. But unfortunately, I'll have to admit that's not me riding, unfortunately. I'm not the best wheel stander anyway, so I can only do power wheelies. I suck at clutch ups. I really suck at clutch ups. I really need to learn how to do clutch ups better, but I don't always do wheel stands. I'm normally, you know, one of those safer riders. Like, I did that video with the police and the police bike, and then I stitched in a picture of a video of my neighbour doing a wheel stand. That wasn't me. I wish I could take the credit for that, but yeah, I won't take the credit for his work. It's kind of like what losers do, I guess. So anyhow, but yeah, so basically what I did is I broke my T6, my hand and whatnot. But what happened? Let's get to the story of what happened. So what happened was I was coming home from work, and in Australia, I don't know if you know how this works, but with workers' compensation, I didn't even know this, to be honest. I only learnt this after my accident. If you're driving to work or coming home from work, you're still covered by workers' compensation. I had no idea. So when I was riding home, I was going through a set of traffic lights, and I stopped at this set of traffic lights, and I went to the front of the queue, and I kind of wished I didn't go to the front of the queue, but, you know, motorcyclists, we go to the front of the queue because, you know, it's safe for us, so we don't get rear-ended by someone texting on their phone, or, you know, someone distracted behind the wheel. All you people that get annoyed with us people that, you know, lane filter to the front of the traffic lights, that's why we do it. Sometimes we do it because we're in a rush too. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you. But that day I went to the front of the line, wished I stayed at the back, because when I was driving, when the light went green, I wasn't speeding. All the witnesses stuck up for me. The police statement stuck up for me. This girl in a yellow Ford EcoSport was parked on the left-hand side of the road, because we drive on the right, the left-hand side of the road here in Australia, not the right like you Americans. And So our steering wheel is actually on the, what, if you're standing behind the car, the steering wheel's on the right side of the car. Yeah. So, anyway, I went through the traffic light. That was fine. About 200 meters past the traffic light, this girl in a Ford EcoSport was parked on the left, and she just, I don't know, maybe she didn't even bother looking in her mirrors, or maybe she just did look in her mirrors but didn't see a bike, and she's just done an illegal U-turn right in front of me, and all I can remember is my back end skidding. And I remember seeing the bike come out on the side of me, and I'm like, oh crap, and I'm trying to steer towards the front of her car, right? And what happened, I was like, oh, I hope she can see me. If she saw me and put on her brakes, I could have just went around her, but she just didn't see me. She was blasé. Young 24-year-old blonde girl, just blasé. Anyhow, I hit around her right hand front door mirror and her guard area. So when I hit the guard, I went flying over her bonnet. Naturally, I came off the bike and it's damaged more of the left hand side of my body, and then my helmet, I got thrown into one of those square concrete gutters, and my helmet split in half. The AGV K5S helmets. The intercom got ripped off of it. The GoPro mount got ripped off it. And the only time I was not wearing my GoPro, because I wear it every day on my chin mount, I wasn't wearing it because I lost the little battery cover the day before. I was so gutted I missed that footage. Would have been awesome. But it is what it is. So I guess, you know, maybe I don't need to see that footage. It could be trauma. I don't know. But it's just a funny thing to me that the first time I wasn't wearing my GoPro was the day I got in an accident. Anyway, when I went over her bonnet, the bike landed on top of me. And I thought my head was under her front bumper bar for some reason, because that's where I was at the time, and I was passing in and out because I couldn't breathe. And I finally got my head out from underneath it, but it was my bike, and I didn't know that. Someone grabbed my bike off me, and I was passing out, in and out, because I couldn't breathe and I was hyperventilating. People thought I was dying. That young blonde girl in the car, I can remember her screaming, and someone was like, "You're not making it any better," and they pulled her away. Then I remember the police showed up so fast. They must have like been around the corner or something, and the police came and were there, and just a couple of minutes later the ambos pulled up, and they what really annoys me is that I had a Alpine Star jacket on. It was a very expensive one, brand spanking new too. Brand spanking new Alpine Star Ride Knit V4 jacket, racing jacket. They put their scissors right through it. That gutted me. All they had to do was pull it off of me. I only had a broken fucking hand. And insurance did not replace that jacket. They only replaced up to $2,000 worth of, $2,000 worth of accessories, which covered my helmet, the visor, the Bluetooth, and what was it? Oh, a couple other things, but there's thousands of losses. Actually, I'm pretty sure they still owe me $1,800 between the jacket and something else, and they're trying to get it from the other girl's insurance, but I might be shit out of luck with that. I wrote an email to Alpine Stars telling them my story to see if I could get a sob story out of them, and then they emailed me back saying they were gonna, send it further. Never heard back from them, so I thought maybe they might, feel sorry for me and send me a jacket, and I was like really close, but nah, I never heard back from them. So anyway, that didn't work. But yeah, so that's what's happened to me, guys. So bear with me in the videos. It's just gonna be me and the kids and the wife making little funny video clips here and there. It won't be me doing wheel stands or riding the bike. Obviously, I physically can't at the moment. Wish I could. But yeah, I don't think workers cover would like that either, and I don't think I'd be able to do it, to be fair. I think if I've tried doing a wheel stand, I'd probably hurt myself and I'd be in bed for a week. Anyhow, I haven't even tried wheel standing on a 2024 yet. These things ride a lot different to the 2023s. I do know that because I've ridden around enough to know that they ride way different. And I've always left the wheelie control on. I've never taken it off, and I've always left it in the low mode, not the sport mode. And yeah, so we'll soon have some fun with it when I get better, guys. But yeah, I've got to recover, get better, get back to work full time, because 2 days a week sucks, and I just had that taken off of me due to the thing that happened over the weekend with my memory. But when I go to that Burrs clinic and they find out what's wrong with me, if there's nothing wrong with me, then I can get my license back, start practicing riding again, get back into it, get some more hours at work, go to work full time, and happy days. Anyway, guys, I've rambled on enough. Thanks for listening, and stay upright and ride safe. Cheers, guys. Yummy Hooligan out.